Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Monterey One Water Recycled Water Committee meeting held in the boardroom here, 5 Harris Court, Monterey, Building D at Monterey One Water. And we have today, it's September 18th at 3 p.m. And we have committee member Tom Moore participating from Waianae Public Library in Waianae, Hawaii. So he was online. I see him present here. And I'll call the meeting to order and ask for a roll call.
Veranda,
Here.
Castroville,
Here.
Marina Coast,
Here.
Monterey, Pacific Grove.
Here. So we have 4 members of the committee present. We'll move on to item 3. Any additions to the agenda? Staff, do you have any additions to the agenda today?
No additions.
And I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So
Move approval. Okay, second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. Hibino and Moore, a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Oh, we got to roll call everything.
We got a roll call.
That's
yeah.
right. With the Zoom, yes. Brown Act. Good old, okay. Brown Act amendments. Sorry, go ahead.
Good thing you had your attorney sitting next to you.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All righty. So we'll proceed on the agenda as stated. Now ask for general public comments. General public comments on routine items not appearing on the agenda today. Anyone in chambers wishing to make a general public comment? Okay, seeing one member of the public who just declined to make a comment on general public comment, we'll go out to the online. Is there anyone here? Okay. No public attendees? All right. We'll go ahead and close general public comment and bring back to item 6, business items. Item A, 6A. Is that the minutes? Oh, yes, it is approval of the Recycled Water Committee minutes. So we'll consider approval at this time.
So
Move
move.
approval of the minutes of August 14th.
I'll second.
What else did you? Sorry. Okay, got a motion and a second. Oh, got it. Okay, August 14th. Not seeing as though there's no members of the public and the only one in the chambers, we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on that.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to item 6B, recommending approval of a change order with Energy Link. And let me see, who do we have on item 6B?
Daryl.
Mr. Harris.
Good afternoon, Chairman Smith and members of the committee. My name is Daryl Harris, Utilities and Maintenance Manager of Monterey One Water. Monterey One Water has a cogeneration facility which came online in 1991 with the primary function of providing heat to the digesters and renewable energy to the regional treatment plant, but more importantly, providing emergency power to the plant. One of the 2 original Gardner-Denver gas compressors were upgraded in 2013 to a Vilter compressor, and the second gas compressor acts as a critical backup. In May, Monterey One Water solicited bids for a teardown, inspect, and repair contract for the backup gas compressor. We received 1 bid from Energy Link in the amount of $58,024.41. During the inspection, there were many end-of-life parts identified and multiple upgrades and machine work is needed to restore the unit back to a dependable working condition. Subsequently, staff received a change order from Energy Link, and we were able to lower the cost to $118,784.86, which covers parts and labor, bringing the contract total to $176,809.27. Monterey One Water believes this is a fair and reasonable cost for the proposed service and repair, ensuring critical cogen reliability. Staff requests that the Recycled Water Committee recommend that the Board of Directors approve a change order with Energy Link in the amount of $118,784.86 associated with the Gardner-Denver gas compressor repair contract for a revised total not to exceed contract amount of $176,809.27. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Committee member questions? Director Moore, online.
So 2 questions. Obviously, this is more or less a rebuild, which will extend the life of this compressor. Do you have a rough estimate of that life, the length of that life extension?
It should extend it another 10 years, but these compressors will be replaced during the renewable energy upgrade gas project. So we just need to make sure we can make it until that time.
Okay. And am I correct in assuming that a brand new replacement of whatever would be substantially more than $118,000?
Yeah, north of 1.5 mil.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further questions? I don't think there are any public attendees online. I think the attendee is Rachel. So Mr. O'Halloran, do you wish to make a comment on this matter? Okay, we'll go ahead and I'll entertain a motion at this point.
Move approval.
Second.
All
Second,
right, motion by Stefani, approval, or second by Gabino. We'll take a roll call vote.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harris. And we'll move on to item 6C. This is increase in contract with Larry Walker and Associates for NPDES services. And I'll recognize Mr. Holden. Is he here today?
No, Mr. Holden's not here today, so I'll be
You
presenting
got it.
this item in his stead.
All right, Director Thompson, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, committee members. I'm Director of Engineering, Matt Thompson. You likely know that we have entered into an agreement with California American Water Company to negotiate improvements to our ocean outfall to facilitate them being able to discharge salty brine from their proposed seawater desalination facility into our outfall. We've hired various consultants to help us with that. One of them is Larry Walker and Associates out of Sacramento area to assist us with the various permits that are required to make these changes to our outfall. And we've made great progress. They've prepared a report of waste discharge and then an amended report of waste discharge, and we have submitted that to the Water Quality Control Board, and this permitting process is now it's in process. We anticipate there's going to be a lot of work ahead in the coming year. Multiple meetings with the Central Coast Regional Water Quality Control Board staff to work through the changes to our NPDES permit. We also anticipate that our agency is going to have to issue what's called an industrial user permit to California American Water Company to make sure that they're discharging the brine to us in a way that doesn't interfere with our ability to consistently comply with our discharge permit requirements. So we solicited a proposal from Larry Walker and Associates to extend their contract amount, and their proposal for these additional services for the coming year is in the amount of $280,376. We found this amount to be reasonable and fair for the additional services that they're going to provide. I would remind you that the agreement that we have with California American Water Company has them covering these costs because this is really all a result of their project. So at this point, I'd like to recommend the Recycled Water Committee recommend to the board to approve a contract amendment with Larry Walker and Associates for NPDES services for the Monterey Peninsula Water Supply Project in the not to exceed amount of $280,376. That would bring their total contract amount up to $1,109,235.78. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Director Moore, online.
Yes, Mr. Thompson, thank you very much for reminding us, and more importantly, the public, that CalAm is funding this. There's obviously some amount of your staff time and your subordinate staff time involved in managing this. Are we also recovering some of those staff costs as part of our agreement with CalAm?
Yes, sir. We carefully track staff costs associated with this project, and primarily Bob Holden's time, and that cost is covered by CalAm.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for that reminder.
Yep.
Any further committee questions? Mr. O'Halloran, would you like to make a comment on this item? Okay, I figured this is more relevant for you. All right. I don't see any other members of the public, so I will bring it to the board for action.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Stefani, second by Habino. Any further discussion? Okay, take a roll call vote, please.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right, we're going to move on to item. Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson. Move on to item 6D. This is recommending approval of professional services agreement with RSI Security. And I'll recognize Director Rich.
All right. Thank you, Chair and committee members. I'm Frank Rich, your Director of IS for Monterey One Water. The state and local cybersecurity grant program was established in 2021 as part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. The California Office of Emergency Services is the state administrative agency that administers the funds pursuant to California's allocation of that grant program. The goal of the program is to assist government organizations with managing and reducing cyber risk through 4 objectives: cybersecurity governance, cybersecurity posture, implementation of security protections, and personnel training. M1W identified 8 projects that met one or more of these objectives, and in September 2024, we submitted a grant application to Cal OES. We were subsequently awarded a $200,000 grant in December of 2024, and we were given the authorization to move forward this June. In August, we issued an RFP for professional services to implement these 8 approved projects. 14 proposals were received by the September 4th deadline, with proposed costs ranging from $21,380 to $1,323,900. 6 of the proposals were deemed responsive and within the allocated award budget, with the cost of those responsive proposals ranging from $84,366 to $196,800. A team of M1W employees evaluated the responsive proposals and selected RSI Security as having the most responsive proposal. RSI Security is a California-based company with over 12 years experience partnering with public agencies and critical infrastructure for cybersecurity needs. Their experience includes performing cybersecurity assessments and network audits with other water agencies. All costs associated with this project will be paid for by the SLCGP award of $200,000. We are recommending that the Recycled Water Committee recommend that the board approve a professional services agreement with RSI Security for cybersecurity plan development and implementation as part of the state and local cybersecurity grant program in the not to exceed amount of $176,475. And with that, I am available to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and recognize Director Moore for questions.
Yes, thank you very much. I just want to compliment you on excellent work. Number 1, getting this going. And number 2, getting the grant. And number 3, choosing a firm that's within the cost of the grants. And just a reminder for the public, since this is a professional service, we don't go with the lowest bidder as we would say with a construction contract. Is that correct?
Could you repeat the specific question? I misheard. I believe I misheard the last part.
So since this is a professional services agreement rather than a construction contract, instead of going with the lowest bidder, you all staff on our behalf and the public's behalf evaluate the various bids.
Yes.
And you don't necessarily use price as the one dictating selection criteria.
Yes, that is correct. We did have price as, I believe it was 25% of the grading criteria.
Mm-hmm. But the rest is,
But-
what are
but
we
the
gonna
rest,
get?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It-
What
yeah.
are the benefits we're gonna get? Okay.
So Tom,
Excellent.
that's exactly what we do is professional services are based on qualifications and competence. So that's
Yeah.
how we do these things, generally speaking. Obviously, with the confines of the grant, there had to be some consideration for price.
Sure. Absolutely. Thank you for the great work on this.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, I have a
Go ahead.
question. So Frank, in terms of the contract, it says development and implementation, meaning they're going to be step by step as the plan develops.
Yes, so part of it is an evaluation of where we are and determine if there's steps that we can do to improve our cybersecurity posture. And part of this includes them helping us implement those changes that are recommended.
And there's no covenants or limitations in the contract saying if they spend too much time on a particular area, then they would have to, if it exceeds so many hours, are they gonna, it's all in the contract.
Yes, it's all in the contract. And their pricing sheet, they have a price for every line item that we specifically asked for.
Okay,
So we're anticipating that they will stay within those boundaries.
okay. Thank you. That was it.
Thank you. Well, it's
Move
great that we have
approval.
the grant and we're moving forward and protecting our the agency. Oh, Tom, did you make a motion?
Yes, sorry, I jumped the
Okay.
gun a little bit, but I'd like to move approval.
That's okay. All right, so moving the recommended action. Do I have a second? It
Second.
was a tie. I don't even know what to say.
It's a tie.
Try, you call it. You call the second. Maybe I can't. Okay. There's no one in the audience in the chambers. Is there anyone online that's a member of the public? It looks like all our people, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes,
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Rich. We'll move on to item 6E, and this is Mr. Lindau is going to take us home with 6E and 6F. Mr. Lindau.
Yes. Good afternoon, Chair Smith, committee members. I will be presenting E and F together, but General Counsel has advised you'll still need to do two separate votes because it's two separate contracts.
Understood.
Both of these items relate to Pure Water Monterey expansion. In fact, I wanted to give you a quick news update. This is a very important week for the AWPF expansion. In fact, on Monday, we had the formal inspection of the DDW and regional water quality control people in town. That obviously was a lot of extra work for everyone in and around the RTP. And of course, the contractor was on the spot. All reports back are that we scored a 9.9 out of 10, but it'll still be about 2 or 3 business days until we get a formal letter from DDW saying we've passed. That, of course, then feeds into the regional board hearing on October 9th when we'll get our discharge permit. So pretty exciting times, but very high pressure. So it's what we scheduled to happen, and it is happening. Turning back to the business items E and F, one of the key players during expansion, of course, is our third-party construction manager. We have the same firm, kind of by accident, but on purpose because of the efficiencies. We have the same firm providing construction management for the injection well phase 4 project. That project has done so well. There have been so many efficiencies, both on the CM side. M1W's project manager, Tom Caratus, has also done a lot of heavy lifting for them. We can save $500,000 in the context of that contract. So instead of a $2.8 million contract, we think we'll land at $2.3 million at the end, and that includes the contingencies. So that $500,000 we're going to save there, we're going to apply to some extra construction management services we have to procure from the same firm on AWPF, because that project has been extended. Right now, it looks like it's going to be about 5 extra months to get that work done. Again, we're still seeing substantial completion on that job before the October 9th regional board hearing. So we're all good there. But to kind of sum it up, the 500,000 we're saving on injection well phase 4 helps offset the extra 785,000 services needed on AWPF. So the net program level budget impact is simply an increase of 285,000. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Okay, committee member questions? Okay. Would anyone, I don't think there's any members of the public for a comment on either item. And it looks like we will, so can I entertain a motion on item 6E?
So move.
So move. Second.
Okay, thank you. Motion by Habino, second by Moore. So as to item 6E, any further discussion or comments? Seeing none, go ahead and take a roll call vote on 6E.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right, and the tandem item, no public commenters are here. And so we'll entertain action on item 6F.
Just one question, if I may.
Absolutely.
On F.
Yes.
So you mentioned there's going to be some additional extra work on the AWPF, but more or less after we've gotten approvals. Is this essentially punch list sorts of items?
Well, the extra work that the construction manager has been providing has already been occurring, if you will. In as much as if you look back at the original construction contract, they were supposed to reach substantial completion on May 4th. Right now, that date is September 23rd. So
Right.
we've been kind of eating up their existing contract. You'll note that this amendment actually covers them back to July. So it's
Okay.
they've been doing us the favor of putting it on the cuff for a couple months while we all agree on how long do we really think it's going to take to wrap up the whole project.
Thank you.
Okay. Any further comments on F? Okay, I'll entertain a motion on F. 6F.
I'm on approval.
All right, we have a motion by Stefani.
Second.
Second by Habino. Any further discussion on 6F? All right, take a roll call vote, please.
Veranda,
Yes.
Castroville,
Yes.
Marina Coast,
Yes.
Pacific Grove.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lindell. Thanks for keeping it on track. We're excited about the ribbon cutting.
Thank you.
And now I'll recognize Mr. Shudo and his staff for staff reports.
Thank you, Nick. So just a couple quick things. As Dave just mentioned, AWPF construction is wrapping up. There's that punch list items that he mentioned. They started the 7-day test, and I just want to point out how critical that is, not just to the project to do a continuous 7-day test of all those treatment systems, but also the amount of staff time it's taking. It's a tremendous amount of work that I hate to say this, but people are putting in really long days to make sure this occurs, and before that October 9th deadline. So, we'll certainly let Tammy talk more about that if she wishes, but all hands on deck. You see Allison hopefully online here. She's working with the contractor, and it's just a lot of work to try to commission a system as complex as this is, and particularly from a public health perspective. Second thing I just wanted to mention is starting this Sunday is the Water Reuse California Conference, which is down in San Diego. I'm thankful that Chair Smith will be joining us down there and representing Monterey One Water and just understanding what we do in the industry and what else is out there to do. We have a number of staff heading down as well, and that goes Sunday through Tuesday. And then lastly, on Wednesday, just give you a heads up now, and we'll tell you about it at the board meeting. So we've been talking about pure water expansion, this renewable energy. You approved a a couple board meetings ago a treatment plant master plan. So we'll be talking about that for years because of the just scope of this project and the sheer value that it's going to be. We're taking the opportunity on Wednesday to take some operations staff, operations engineers, and community relations staff up to Union Sanitary District in Union City, California. They're about a little bigger than us, about 24 million gallons per day. We're at 17 million gallons per day, but they've recently, well, not recently, they're not done yet. They're in the middle of a $600 million upgrade of their treatment plant over the last number of years. Basically, very similar to what we're embarking on in terms of scope, impact to the operators and the maintenance people, impact to the community. So we thought we'd take this opportunity to go peer to peer and try to learn from them. So I think that'll be a good experience as well. That's all I had. Tammy?
I could go on as far as what all we're doing at the plant to make sure that the commissioning is running smoothly. And each one of the new pieces of equipment for the expansion, in the last 2 weeks, we've been running during the day, but we can't send that water to injection because we don't have regulation as far as approval goes. So all that water actually gets sent to SVRP pond. So the growers are getting that extra high quality water. And then what we would have to do is stop that process at the end of the day and go back to just using the base project equipment. And then that has been going for injection. So just think of everything is manual going up to the SVRP pond. So there has been a lot of coordination with staff, and we will be glad when this is all over and we get the new permit, which Paul's going to go down to San Diego while the board is Santa Barbara. One of those, while the board is going to hopefully approve that. But anyway, I would just like to thank my team. In fact, I sent a shout out today to the RTP of everybody that's involved, not only for their dedication, their flexibility, and their hard work to ensure commissioning is successful. This is a very stressful time, and we're one day at a time, and I guarantee you the sun will come up tomorrow, and we will do what we need to do to help make it work. So thank you for the team.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll bring it to the committee. Any committee member comments or reports?
Yeah, just one, if I may.
Sure.
Chair Smith. Particularly to Tammy and her staff, I just want to say thank you very much for all the work you are doing. We have built a pretty complex piece of infrastructure. It's not quite a spaceship, but seems like it's somewhat close to that. And because we have so many public health implications of what we do, it is probably every bit as important to have that infrastructure work properly, just as an astronaut would want his spacecraft to work properly. So please just convey our thanks again to your staff for that and to you for managing that incredibly complicated process. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll just comment. Thank you for all the work on this. It's getting close to the finish line on the AWPF, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited also to be joining some staff members and Mr. Shudo at Water Reuse, and it should be a great experience and bring back some more knowledge. And I always learn a ton when I'm there. I'm like, all the engineering and stuff is pretty intense. I'm sure Member Moore would probably be very knowledgeable about these things, but it's new to me. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone. If there's no further comments, meeting adjourned.